Hey everybody, Norm here. You've got a situation on your hands. You're a seasoned test engineer that's familiar with getting up and running with traditional instruments. You plug it in, press the power button, and you start controlling it immediately once it's done booting up and whatever else. But you've got a situation on your hands where now you've got modular instruments. What do you do? How do you get started? Let's go ahead and dive in and figure out how to get started as fast as possible with modular instrumentations with NI. Let's go. Okay, so as noted, with most instruments, you're presented with some kind of display, and that's one of these key differences with modular instruments. However, with a lot of instruments nowadays that there's an operating system, there's a single piece of software that launches the minute that you turn on the power button. InstrumentStudio for NI modular instruments is your home for that kind of functionality. So once again, if you're a seasoned test engineer looking for that getting started experience, go to InstrumentStudio, launch and load it first. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Now that InstrumentStudio is open, if you only have a few things in your chassis, go ahead and click on Auto Create Layout. That will basically scan your chassis for what's available and try to create a single tab that has everything merged onto it. Now, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I've got a lot of things in my chassis over here, as maybe you noted earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and click a manual layout. So that's going to allow me to set a tab and then go ahead and assign very specific things onto it. Now, within this setup, we're going to be able to select a variety of different things by basically identifying our modules by slot number. You can see here 5, 6, 7, 10. We can look at them by our module name or the alias that we've assigned to them within Measurement Automation Explorer, or we can see them by very specific model numbers as noted here off to the side. But for what we're going to do for this experiment is we're going to go ahead and assign all of our DC instruments to the large panel so that we can kind of see traces of voltage and current as it gets configured. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the large panel, and you're going to see basically I can assign it all over to the same panel here. There I go, I missed it, there we go. So now we have all of our DC power supplies all assigned to a singular large panel. You don't have to set anything in the small panel, so we're going to go ahead and click OK and see what we get. Now what this did is it gave us a view of all of our very specific channels that we could start to configure and control over here to the left. And you can see we've got them identified once again by the alias name, the model number, by the slot identifier. So you kind of have all this information that's available. And if you were to start to try to change each one of these settings, you'd see that, well, basically you'd see the response of it happening kind of live on the screen at the same time. If you wanted to get to any of the deeper settings, you know, these are instruments that have a feature-rich set of things. Well, you're not going to go ahead and just only control the voltage level and the limit. So you want to go ahead and select the ellipsis over here to the right, and that'll give you a deeper set of overall controls. So we're going to go ahead and select on that, and you can scroll through and you can start to see what's available based off of what you need. And that's basically a one-to-one mapping now from here to the actual instrument driver itself, so that you can kind of learn part of what you want to do here and then take it over to the API. Now, this display is not just a DC powered display, although I've only configured it, but what I could do is actually add different kind of heterogeneous mix of instrumentation to the same display itself. So I'm going to go up here to Edit Layout. Let me go ahead and see if I can zoom into that there. There you go. So that Edit Layout button up there allows you to take what's currently seen on the screen and change the view of it. And so for our particular case here, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to add my RF generator over into the small panel. So let's go ahead and take that RF signal generator. I'm going to create a small panel for it. I'm going to click OK. And now you can see that I now have the RF signal generator available on the right-hand side. And I could say start changing its settings. I could get into its deeper selection of available things. Whereas on the DC power, it was showing all the individual channels. Now this is showing multiple tabs associated with maybe the current settings of a more dynamic instrument like an RF generator. But the purpose of me being here today is not to teach you about RF generators or DC supplies. The idea is take the knowledge that you have, that basically the desire that you have of getting started with modular instruments that you've got, be it once again DC to daylight, RF, and everything in between. Go ahead and open up InstrumentStudio, find the instruments that you want, either through an auto create or by assigning it to a specific tab, and then go ahead and start configuring and generating and analyzing what you've got. So hopefully that left you feeling enabled to get up and started quickly with modular instruments with NI. Thank you very much, and see you next time.